Good morning, everybody. My name is Bart Winkler. It is the 22nd of August. I did tell my parents happy anniversary, and I bought them a card. Their anniversary was Monday. Bought them a card on Monday. Will it ever get to them? Lord only knows. I trust the USPS system, so it'll get to them if that's the case. But I got to write it and then send it and go to the post office. Packers gearing up for a game against the Seattle Seahawks this week. Excited to see them in person. Excited to know that Jordan Love's going to play at least for a little bit. Big news, Aaron Rodgers is going to play that night. So all eyes will be on Jets Giants. We've got college football this weekend. It's a very exciting time for sure. Our boys in Brew, TM Grant Bills, have the Twins. Wow, I just looked up who they played. We're doing a tailgate. Of course I know who they play. It's a Tuesday night and then Wednesday day game, and it is going to be hot. Remember a while ago I tweeted out, oh my God, look at the 10-day forecast. It's going to be 116 degrees. And all these meteorologists around here said, come on, you cannot trust the Apple app. Come on. And I go, I don't know. It's been actually really helpful. I've never had a problem with it before. It gets me what I need to know. No, come on. You got to download our weather tracker. Okay. Oh, geez. And then they're all tweeting, look how hot it's going to be. 110. That's what Apple told me. They say, oh, no, that's the feels like. That's not the real temperature. I say, fam, I'm going to be in a parking lot in a heat desert, as we call them. It's going to be hot. And bless Matt in the Falls, who will be at that grill. You know, Matt in the Falls could do the funniest thing ever and not show up and completely fuck me. He's not that kind of guy. I got napkins. I bought some waters for the tailgate. I got another thing of ketchup. We got cheese. If you're wondering if you should bring, should I bring a cooler? Should I bring whatever for the tailgate, Brewers Twins Wednesday? Bring it. If we don't need it, we don't need it. It stays in your car. If we need it, we'll use it. So there'll be plenty of people there poking around their nasty little paws. I think I am going to buy a pack of name tags. You can choose to wear one if you'd like. Just going to be a lot of introductions. Some people are coming with somebody. Some are going solo. You all know me. So that'll be kind of weird. But you can meet each other. So excited for that, for the tailgate. That should be a fun time. I'm going to be hot, but we'll have beverages, and it's not like we've never been in the heat before. It'll be fine. I wanted to play some voicemails. Carl's Place voicemails. Carl of et.com/Bart. Carl of et.com/Bart. Check out the golf simulators that they have. Hey, if you want to go golfing on Wednesday, it's too hot. Golf in your house. Golf simulator. Tony in Texas. Boots on the ground. He was at the Brewers series against the Rangers.
Hey, Bart. Tony from Texas here. Glad I could get 3 victories for the Brewers. Went to all 3 of them in Arlington. And, we took care of business. It was nice. So the bats came alive. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it for the big tailgate that we got going on this week, but I'll be there in spirit. And I've got to say, the guys that are coming up there, I wish I would meet Matt from the Falls. Matt and I were kind of adversaries there in the beginning, but I'm saying this in a non-condescending way. I'm enjoying Matt's phone calls. I understand his humor now. And, yeah, dude's cracking me up. So, Matt from the Falls, keep bringing it. And lastly, Packer football. The Packers are better than I thought. I originally thought 7-10. I'm going to flip that and say 10-7. They got a little something going there. As always, the defense is a concern of mine, but they got some young emerging receivers, tight ends. The running backs will be solid. The offensive line's above average. If Jordan Love is above average and the defense is average to slightly average, I see them winning 10 games and contending for the North. So that's all I got. As John from Franklin would say, I am out.
Good voicemail. We'll hear one from John in a second. Another shutout for Matt. Matt's becoming like the most important person to this pod. A role that used to be held by Tim Shea. And
hello. Bart Winkler.
What's up?
What's going on?
It's Tim Shea, ladies and gents. Yeah, I pulled a Chuck. I gave you the link, and then I started recording. And
That's fine. That's fine.
I just thought I'd play some voicemails before we get started. Any thoughts on the Packers? You were commenting in our post game. I figured you were too probably bombed up to join.
Yeah, I couldn't join. Yeah, I didn't want to join. So
you didn't want to.
I was letting other people.
Where'd you watch the game?
I just watched it at home.
Oh, any
Tim? First half I watched it at home. Second half I went out.
Oh,
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing.
New segment on the show called Shakeaways.
Oh.
Tim Shea takeaways. Nice mug. Any Tim shakeaways from the Packers game? Give me your 3 biggest shakeaways.
Jordan Love looked okay. He looked good. I don't want to say great.
He looked great.
He looked good. He looked good.
I started cocking off on CBS Saturday night.
We might have a kicker, maybe
52-yarder.
Yeah, 52-yarder. That would have been good from 70.
Oh yeah, sure.
It was halfway up the post.
One more shakeaway.
You know, you know what? I wasn't at the game, but I will take something from Matt LaFleur's press conference because I used to work in the industry. Got to get faster on those replays, Green Bay scoreboard department.
Oh, the scoreboard's slow on the replay.
He said he needs the production crew to get those replays up a little faster. So
they're talking about the Dubs play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my 3 shakeaways.
That's good. I'm really glad that play got overturned because then instead of it like being like that would have been, it was. And then they scored on that drive.
Mm-hmm.
They had to go, 94, 96 yards.
Something like that.
Any Belichick defense. That's like if Jordan Love, the way he's playing, if Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or Anthony Richardson, if any of them were playing like that, you would be hearing so much hype about how the savior is here for Carolina and all that stuff. So we are watching a real good thing. Now there is like there's like a 0.5% community that is trying to make Sean Clifford a thing.
I mean, will be a good backup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I fear Jordan Love going down? Maybe.
Some are saying that Sean Clifford was born 15 years too soon because he'd be a natural progression to.
Well, he played all 17 years at Penn State that he was eligible to. So.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be a good backup. I mean, I would like to see this other guy too get a chance.
Alex Magoo, USFL MVP,
who didn't get his chance in the last game, obviously because of what happened. But I think you might see a lot of him in the Seattle game, which kicks off at noon.
That's why I'm going.
Oh, are you going to the game?
Specifically because it's Saturday at noon.
Are you taking your son?
I am.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I wanted a preseason game because then he can see the sights and sounds, but then Daddy's not like checking his fantasy and not paying attention. I'm gonna be a dad instead of a loser.
Not ordering, your 5th beer.
Well, it's preseason.
I know.
Gotta get through it somehow. Okay, more.
So
Tim, what?
I like it. I like the shakeaways.
The shakeaways. Yeah, more great content coming up. The Bart Winkler Show. Welcome back to the Bart Winkler Show. I don't know if I did order a flag for the tailgate.
Oh, what kind?
With my show logo.
Nice.
Just because I want a picture of everybody with the flag. And then if anybody ever asks me my resume, I just send them the picture.
I think I'm arranging a special guest to come out for you.
Okay.
Can't tell you who, but.
And you're not coming to the tailgate?
I don't know yet.
You may have a medical emergency.
I may have a medical emergency. We'll see.
All right.
I'm a game day decision, as they say.
Okay. Happy Place Hemp, promo code BART, 25% off each and every order at happyplacehemp.com. I got Happy Place Hemper of the Month right here, Tim Shea. You got the CBD, CBN gummies. Those help me sleep. You got the Delta 8s, the Delta 9s. Again, what do you got there? The THC ones, THC free?
Always, yep.
The mango? Oh, you're almost out of that. You need a refresh.
I know.
You know what's great about that, Tim, is I don't know if you've heard, every order you purchase through them is 25% off with the promo code BART, even if you've already used the code before.
Wait, so I can use it once and then I can use it again and then again after that?
Yes.
Holy smokes. Why didn't someone tell me this?
Yeah, and if you really want to be like a jackass because they ship it to you for free, you can do 5 different orders instead of one order of 5 things and make them send you 5 different discrete boxes.
I like going in there myself. I'm more of a...
They're also very pleasurable
people
pleasant men. Chris and Rob, College Court in Muskego. HappyPlaceHemp.com. Let me play another voicemail, if you don't mind. This is from John and Franklin, who will be at the tailgate.
Very nice.
Bringing some coolers. And some ice.
Need ice. Hey,
Need ice.
It's going to be 100 degrees.
I just bought some waters today.
Forget the beer. We're all going to need water.
I bought waters.
Hey, everybody. John and Franklin checking in. Had to get up on these Brewers. Was a little disappointed with the results in Los Angeles. Was going to call, but didn't really want to be Mr. Negative, so I laid off, and the Brewers really turned it around. What a fantastic series against a really good team. Everything that went wrong in Los Angeles went right in this last series. Top to bottom with the relievers we have and the starting pitching, I mean, we could compete with anybody. Obviously, the hitting is the problem. When we get up against these, top-tier offenses, we have trouble. But we figured out how to get Scherzer out of the game. I've always thought to myself, if we're up against these aces, why don't we have some longer at-bats instead of letting these guys, get full 6, 7 innings, sometimes 8 on us. With these, have these Ryan Braun at bats, if you can. I know it's easier said than done, but the Brewers showed that they could do that. They had Scherzer on the ropes in the 3rd. My God, he was sweating bullets. So it can be done with some smart, even if you're not hitting the ball or guys got some good stuff, you can foul off a bunch of pitches, make them work, I always say. But it's exciting. I like the young talent. I really like Frelick. Interested to see. I believe we're gonna, get to the playoffs. We'll be interested to see if we can catch a series and just see what happens with this pitching. You got a puncher's chance. Look forward to seeing everybody at the Brewer outing. Out.
All right. Yep. John and Franklin. Out. Do you like my name tag idea? Should I bring name tags?
Hello, my name is so-and-so.
I feel like this is a name tag situation.
Yeah, I guess.
At least in the part. It's going to be like I think of a guy like Austin, who it might come a little later, I think, but he's been on these YouTubes and stuff. And people are going to be like, Austin, you are, if it just says Austin.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of weirdness? Like, are you?
I do. That's why I think that name tags is a good idea.
Not weirdness, but awkward moments.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling people to come fucked up.
Okay. Good to know. Never mind. I'm not coming.
Stay hydrated. Don't pass out on my accord.
Is there anything going on after? Is there a post game?
I've been telling people your place.
Kelly's Bleachers is my place.
Well, I don't know if people want to keep the party going. You took the day off already, I'm sure. How much of the Brewers series did you catch? It was shitty to go to LA and score a total of 3 runs.
I've caught a lot of this road trip actually. I went to a game.
In Chicago?
Yep.
Did I know that?
I don't know. You might have.
So they swept the White Sox. What did we talk about? That we wanted them to go 5-4?
I said, 5. I said 6-3.
So they did that by sweeping 2 and getting swept.
Yeah. It's a very weird road trip. But, yeah, I did actually watch most of this road trip. I watched all 9 games. This was like we're getting to that point now where I'm fully in. I am in. I am these games are going to get intense. They're going to be fun. I watched the Dodgers series sucked, especially when they should have won maybe 2 of those games. The Texas series was great. We chased Scherzer right away. 3 innings, 4 innings? He was all over the place, 99 pitches, hitting the ball. Santana's hitting the ball. Mark Canha's hitting the ball.
He's a big foodie.
Really?
Yeah. He really he was just on MLB Central or whatever show that is that nobody watches, and he's talking about how Milwaukee's got a good food scene, and Daniel Vogelbach was giving him a bunch of suggestions on where to eat.
Okay.
To play to that stereotype of Vogie.
Yeah, so I good road trip, 6-3. We wanted 5-4, and they went 6-3. So they gained a game on the Cubs. They're up 3 on the Cubs, up 4 on Cincinnati. So it's gonna be a fight towards the end here. So just keep winning games, keep winning series. Don't look behind you. The Cubs. You're gonna have to play the Cubs 6 more times. So, you don't play the Reds, which is kind of disappointing. But I guess we handled the Reds pretty well this year.
Yeah, including last weekend of the year, we got the Cubbies.
Yeah, so we and then we might get them again for the first 3 playoff games. There's actually, if they keep winning and we keep winning, there's a very good chance that. We'll get the Cubs for 3 playoff games in Milwaukee.
Oh man, I don't want that. I never ever.
If we win the division,
I never ever
very well could happen.
I never ever want that.
Or you could get Miami. Miami's still in there. Arizona's still alive for that last wild card spot. So
never ever do I want the Cubs here for a playoff series.
Well, you might get it. So.
Because then we'll do that dumb Wisconsin presale thing again.
No, they won't do that.
No.
Well, you know what? They were doing that before. They open it every day, like season ticket holders, and then 20 game packs, and then 40 game packs, and then.
Can I legally run a 50-50 on the Brewers parking lot?
Well, the Brewers have their own 50-50.
I know. I was going to run one to cover some of the cost of the meat.
You could.
I don't know. That seems like a lot of work.
How many people are going? Let's do the math right now. If everyone gives $2,
I feel like there could be 60 to 70 people. So I don't think I have enough squares.
If everyone, gives $2, then if there's 70, there's 140. Split it in half.
There's every time I go to the grocery store, I'm picking something up. But I'm throwing the tailgate.
Do you want to lay a tip jar out? Too tacky?
I don't know. Should I just plaster my Venmo all over the place? At Winkler Bart, by the way. How was the White Sox stadium?
Good. Much better than the Cubs, obviously. Their fans are nicer.
I've not been to that one.
Obviously, there was a big rivalry between the White Sox and the Brewers back in the day. I've been told fights would break out in the bleachers, but no fights. Fans were nice. I will say this. These were these 2 guys, and there were a couple, but there are actually more, but there are White Sox and Cub fans. One. They're a White Sox fan and a Cubs fan. Which is kind of annoying.
I don't know. I feel like if I was in a town where there were 2 teams.
If you lived in New York, would you be a Yankees and a Mets fan? And a Giants and a Jets fan?
I feel, why wouldn't you?
My uncle lives in, some of my family lives in Chicago. And my uncle has come out and said that he cheers for whoever has a playoff spot and going farther.
I mean, I can't imagine having such town pride and then not liking a team from your town. And I get that that's different parts of like Bronx and Queens, but I don't know.
I'm surprised Chicago doesn't have more of that, like New York and LA. Like they don't have 2 football teams or 2 basketball teams, or
Yeah, they sometimes they get like references someone that could have one, but they don't even have a stadium for their one football team.
True.
They don't even know where they're going to play. I would, if I was in New York, I would have been for sure a Mets fan.
Yep.
I for sure would have been. I know that. And then I would have
I'd be a Giants fan.
I feel like Mets and Giants, but I might have.
It's usually Mets and Jets and Giants and Yankees.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. And then I think the Rangers go with.
Unless my dad, it would have been whatever my dad was.
I think the Rangers go with the Giants and Yankees, and the Islanders go with the Mets and Jets.
If I was in Chicago, I'd be a Cubs fan. I was a Cubs fan.
Oh, WGN. I think I watched more Braves games than Cubs games when the Braves were on the Superstation.
Oh, Ryan Sandberg, Andre Dawson, those were my guys.
Fred McGriff, Greg Maddux.
Yeah, Mark Grace. Those are my dudes. So the White Sox stadium was good?
White Sox stadium was good. I always liked when...
When what, Tim? Your video went away.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, your Dan Schani YouTube stream went away.
My bad. I always liked it when the Brewers would play the Cubs or the White Sox because a lot of games weren't on TV back when I was growing up. Brewers games.
When we were growing up, they were on once a week on Channel 12, I think, but only the road games.
Something like that. So, like, all of a sudden, and they would black out the games on WGN, but then they would, like, come back in, like, the 7th inning. So you could catch it. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, that kind of does ring a bell. Yeah. Yeah, I watched a lot of baseball as a kid. I watched a lot of baseball. Like, I watched a lot of the Cubs, so I watched a lot of summer. And then I'm thinking, like, why wasn't I, like, with my friend? What was I? Did I not have friends?
Thank God for my dad and his company to have Brewer season tickets, so we went to a lot of Brewer games. That's instead of like, because there are people who are like, well, yeah, but I'm a Cubs fan because we didn't get Brewer games. So
I went to one with a Japanese wrestling exchange Oh, Jesus, my video. A Japanese wrestling exchange program.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We had like a whole section.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. They were like crazy into it. We played ball.
But yeah, White Sox Stadium, good. Comparable prices with food and drink. You know, you didn't have to worry about getting into fights, arguments with fans.
Yeah.
So,
well, they suck too.
Yeah. For them being that bad, very good turnout. Very good turnout.
Was there a lot of Brewer fans?
Yeah, not as many as I thought there would be. I don't think Brewer fans like going to Chicago. Because when they go to Wrigley, now game 163, there's an asterisk because I think didn't tickets go on sale like that night so anyone could buy them?
Yeah, there were a lot of Brewer fans there.
Whereas a regular season game, there aren't like, it's not like overload of Brewer fans. You know? I would love one day for there to be over 50% of Brewer fans at Wrigley.
At Wrigley?
I don't see that ever happening.
That would never happen.
I just don't think there's plenty of tickets to buy for Brewer fans. I just don't think that will happen. So.
Well, one of the things that we get wrong is like, we think that we get invaded by Chicago. We get invaded by Racine.
We get invaded by
Kenosha.
People at Marquette.
Yeah, we get invaded by Marquette.
We get invaded by people here. I know plenty of people that live in Milwaukee that just are Cubs fans. So.
Yeah. Why are we talking about these losers so much? Because
I went to the White Sox game.
Oh.
And that we could play them in the playoffs come wild card weekend.
So the Rangers series, 9-8 wins, 6-1 wins, 6-2 win. The game Friday was fun until they were going to blow the lead, which they didn't. A lot of Dan Schani Insurance runs. That's good. Big weekend for Carlos Santana. What am I talking over? What are you doing?
I just nothing.
Oh.
Is something playing?
No, it sounded like a cat was scratching itself. Might be your headphone.
It might be.
Yeah. Carlos Santana, big weekend, even though your boy Rowdy Tellez is back.
Santana is the first baseman. Rowdy will just fill in here and there.
Yeah, that seems to be
Santana had a huge weekend.
What they're doing. It just happened again. What did you just do?
I'm moving my thing. Here, I'll just do this to make you happy.
Well, it's not me. It's everyone listening.
There.
Yeah. Talk.
What?
All right.
Can you hear
You
me?
might actually have to put him back in.
Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, but I hear me echoing. Why don't you just buy a professional microphone like I did?
Because I'm not. This is. There. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
That's actually perfect.
Beautiful.
Why don't you're going to edit this out in post, right?
What?
We always make that joke. You don't even know what it means.
Oh.
Tim, I have a question for you.
Go.
I just did 5 days in a row at CBS. I did a swing where it was like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, Monday morning, where it felt like I was there. Like it felt like I had no break. And then I was going to work Tuesday night, but Gelb doesn't need the day off anymore. I'm not working this weekend because I'll be in Green Bay. So I have no soccer games coming up. So I don't have a scheduled shift for 13 days. So am I on a vacation?
You are on vacation.
Or am I unemployed?
Kind of both.
What am I?
You are on vacation.
Because I'm still like I don't have a real like this is still my job.
Yeah, obviously you'll be doing CBS stuff, but you're
football,
on vacation.
Though it is less during football.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll move you to like Saturdays or something.
Fam, I don't want to work Saturdays.
You sound like me.
I got college to watch. This is going to be like we're going to tell our grandkids about this college year because it's going to be like the last year before it got weird.
So even though you're doing a tailgate, coming up, you always got to think ahead to your next tailgate. Would you do one for a football game, a Badger game, or a Packer game?
No, not this year.
Maybe the people can change your mind.
The tailgate, I should mention, 1840 Brewing Company in Bayview. They are bringing tents. They are bringing tables, I believe. Marty's set up these things a bunch in the past. They've got like I should go get a bottle and show you, but a nice size bottle of all these different beers that they brew. So they'll be bringing enough for everybody to try one. And Marty's someone who a while ago he reached out and was like, I want to host a Bart Winkler Hurry Up. Remember, we never did
that. Yeah, the Hurry Up.
But he was like, I want to do one. And then I never like have done it. And I thought this tailgate thing, which was really supposed to be a game between you and me, it's turned into whatever it's turned into.
Well, maybe we can start the hurry ups in a couple of weeks. Like maybe we can do one on the 7th. Go live during the first game or before the first game.
No, first game I gotta be home.
Chiefs and Lions.
I gotta be home for that.
Okay, well maybe we can do one like the Saturday before Packers Bears, like at the Brat stop.
I think we can let's plan on
or McGuire's.
Yeah, let's plan on an 1840 Brewing Hurry Up in Bayview, and let's plan on a McGuire's Hurry Up.
Okay.
So let's plan on 2 Bart Winkler Hurry Ups,
and we'll see what kind of crowd we got.
Yeah, I don't want to do them every week.
No,
because I like to listen to the actual huddle. I like to listen to it. And so we'll do the hurry ups. We'll do the hurry ups on 2 different days. Yeah, I'm unemployed. Should I start looking for jobs again?
That's up to you.
How about this? Should I buy a blue check mark?
No.
But if I can get paid, it says I met the qualifications. I just got to get the blue check mark.
Bart, let me ask you.
I don't really believe people are getting paid.
Let me ask you this, because I don't think you did answer this when I asked you back in mid-season and at the beginning of the year. Are the Brewers going to make the playoffs, the postseason?
Well, I'd be foolish to say no now.
I think you said no. I think you were leaning towards no all year when I've asked you.
I probably was.
Now that we're getting down to the last 35 games soon, are the Brewers going to make the postseason?
Well, yeah, I think I have a very specific take on this, is that this is as bites of the apple as it gets. Like the Brewers beating the Rangers was kind of, that might change perceptions a little bit because the Rangers are very good. And even though we beat the, we still think the Rangers they're very good.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got, how I always say on the radio, I'm always on CBS, I'm like, call about anything, I'll talk. One guy goes, the Astros going to miss the playoffs, huh? I go, probably not. He goes, that's the word on the street. I'm like, well, they're in the race. I don't know. They're the Astros. They've been in the ALCS every year since 17. Then one guy I think thought, sometimes what happens is they think I'm a local guy when they call in. And so some guy from Toronto was like, man, we got to move Vladdy down in the order.
And you're like, yeah.
I'm like, I still believe in Vladdy. I say, lead him off.
How far do the Brewers go?
Well, it's I would put Braves and Dodgers as the NLCS. But if we can get okay, so we're competitive with the Dodgers, but they always beat us. We have to do what we did with the Texas. We have to. The pitching has to show up, and they have to hit.
Here's the thing: if
they're not going to pitch their way, as good as the pitching is, they're not going to pitch their way to a World Series. They are going to have to hit.
You have trust in the back end of this rotation, because if we do have to play 3 games in the wild card, there go your 1, 2, and 3 pitchers.
Yeah.
For games 1 and 2, because they're starting the playoffs right away. So not only we may need, who knows what happens towards the end of the season, we may need those, 2 of them to close the season out, to solidify.
Well, Hauser's had a decent month. I mean, the ERA is 3.80, but
do you trust the back end of the rotation? And let's say we just clinched a postseason spot. Do you then care about the division, or do you set your rotation up that 1, 2, and 3 can go? That Woodruff, Burns, and Peralta can go in the wild card game, and who cares about home field?
Oh no, I'd want home field.
So then you would prefer those 1, 2, 3. Let's just say those last 3 games against the Cubs. It's just for position.
If that comes down to the division,
would you rather go to Wrigley?
No.
Let's just say it's the Cubs and Brewers. Or would you want to play these games at home?
Well, I want to play them at home. What advantages are playing at Wrigley? What's the shakeaway on that one? I don't get it.
What's the advantages of playing at home when there's 70% Cub fans?
You sleep in your own bed?
Sure.
Yelich can look at the monitor and steal signs?
I just saw something come in, and you might need to. Michigan is self-imposing a 3-year game suspension for Coach Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So does that mean he's suspended for 3 years, or
3 games?
Oh, 3 games. Okay.
Yeah, they agreed on 4, and then the NCAA is like, actually, no. And then now Michigan's like, we're just going to give him 3, and you better like it.
Okay.
And then Harbaugh's probably just going to leave anyway.
Sorry. Anyway, back there. So you would rather play at home. I don't think it matters. Home or if we're playing the Cubs, I don't think it matters.
Well, if it doesn't matter, then play at home.
Then you have to depend on the back end of your rotation. And do you trust them? Do you trust?
I mean, I trust Adrian Hauser as much as anyone can ever trust Adrian Hauser.
Do you trust Wade Miley? Do you think Wade Miley?
I have more confidence in Wade Miley than any other time that he has been a Brewer.
Do you think he's starting to slide a little bit?
No.
Okay.
I have more trust in Wade Miley than I ever have.
What if they bring Eric Lauer back? Would you trust him?
Then I would. I was gonna say jump off something, but you can't joke about that.
So, just something to ponder about come mid-September or whatnot.
Thanks for another Tim Shea classic question. Would you rather play at home or on the road?
I'm just saying against the Cubs. Yes, you would rather play at home. I want to go to playoff baseball game, but doesn't matter if you're setting up your rotation. If you want your aces to
I get what you're saying. I get that part of it.
If you want your aces to go, then who cares? Then set it up and go to Wrigley and win 2 games.
I think you just play as it comes. You just play as it comes.
Okay.
You just keep them on their normal rest.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying if they clinch a spot in the postseason and still have to battle for the division, and it's the Cubs, and they're up 2 games, and you're playing the Cubs here at the end of the year, how would you approach
it? Tim.
Yes.
Any quick Badger thoughts?
Yeah, I think they're gonna be okay. They got a trap game right off the week 2 at Washington State. Trap game / revenge game.
Revenge, yeah.
Which is crazy to say. Then they have a night game at Purdue on a Friday night. That's no fun to go into Purdue. So I if they can get out of those 2 games, I could see them being undefeated going into the Ohio State game.
Which you will be there.
Which I will be there. That's my big trip. I forgot I said that.
There's one night that Forward Madison has a game during a Badger game.
Homecoming early?
When they play Washington State, I'll be in Madison.
Yeah, the Badgers will be on the road.
Yeah.
So you got that.
Yeah.
Don't have to deal with game day traffic, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's the final year of the 4-team playoff and final year of divisions in the Big Ten.
Final year of maybe even college football. The way as we know it.
Next year.
I hope you come to the tailgate.
I do too. I hope so too. It would be fun.
COVID's going around. Get COVID. Just tweet out a test and then CBS will. Whatever. Where do you work?
Take it easy, Bart.
All right. I'm going to hashtag tack it on.
I have to join still. We have until the first game, right? To join your winners pool.
Oh, I have a survivor pool.
Splashboard.com
/Winkler.
How many people have joined?
30.
Do you know? Okay.
It'll get higher. Splashsports.com /Winkler. And now I'm going to tack on an interview I did with Eric Edholm of NFL.com. And that will be the end of the show. And I will talk to you later.
Go Brewers.